When I was at the gym this morning, I was watching one of our members squatting like this. And when she finished, she stood up and she rubbed her back and she was holding onto a post trying to stretch her back out. And I asked her, hey, is that squat causing you lower back pain? And she said, yes. So I said, no worries, I know what you're doing wrong. So what I'm gonna do in this video is show you what she was doing, then I'm gonna show you how to do it right, because with squatting, it's all about technique and form, and there's some simple tweaks that I wanna share with you today that's gonna improve your squat instantly. And if you still can't do it, because squatting is a tough exercise, it's hard to connect all the dots together, I'll give you a foolproof way at the end that fixes just about every single squat, and you don't even need that much experience. So if you haven't met yet, I'm Gavin at New Zealand's only fitness studio for people over the age of 40, and fitness coaching and personal training is what I do all day long. So let's just head into the gym. I'll talk you through the squat pattern, show you how to do it, and give you the foolproof way at the end. So first of all, the goblet squat is a brilliant exercise. I love doing it myself, and I obviously give it to my clients to do as well. But it does come with its challenges. I'm going to talk to you about that right now. Because you're lifting a weight in front of your body, okay, then it's got a tendency to pull your body forward. So what she was doing was, she had her feet moderately spread, just her feet just under her hips. But when she was coming down, I want you to look at my head, right? She was squatting a bit like this. And when she does that, the bend in her lower back starts to obviously arch forward. And then when she stands back up again, it's a lot of pressure to straighten it back up. And as you come back down, there's a lot of force and pressure rounding yourself over. So when she was finishing the set of 15 squats, she was like, oh my God, my back is really sore. So I want to break it down for you bit by bit and show you what you need to do to correct this squat. So the first thing that happens is, you're going to hold the dumbbell in front of your body this way, but you need to hold it close. Think of it being a part of your body as one, okay? Like giving it a good old cuddle, right? And then what I want you to do is open your stance so your feet are just outside of your hips, okay? It gives your hips room to move within inside the squat. And I want you to think about looking forward, but just up at the corner of the room in front of you that way. And what this does is this cue will make you keep your head up a little bit. And when your head is up, your upper back comes up and it generally flattens your back in a much better way. So instead of looking at the floor, obviously you're bending at the floor, you look forward. So what it looks like is this. So arms up nice, head up nice and tall, elbows close to your body. My hips hinge backwards, so I'm gonna hinge it backward. I kind of come down and you can see my back is flat and it's neutral and it's in control. And as I stand back up, I'm focusing all the way through the heels and midfoot and through the quads and the glutes, right? So come down, I can come down nice and low, my elbows nearly touch, my back doesn't bend forward, I'm looking up, I come back up. So you come back down, maybe pause for a little bit and come back up. Now, if you're somebody that's not got a wide stance, and if you narrow it this way, what you tend to do is as it's narrow, you'll just bend forward naturally and that will hurt your lower back. So that the wider stance is important. And you can play with it. If you could even go a little bit wider this way to come down, and you can even get a little bit lower as well as you come straight back up, all right? This is more of a sumo kind of stance, but that's exaggerated. And you find that your back will be super high, okay, super straight, and it's going to take away a lot of that back pain. And you might feel if you do the wide sumo squats that you get a bit of adductor stretches in there, which is the muscles in there, and that's not a bad thing. Now, the components of a squat you really need to understand is that when we squat down, we're not bending with our knees first. Big mistake I see people do, I'll leave the weight off, is that they bend their knees and then they try and bend forward. You've got to think of how the joints are stacked. So to squat properly, I'm going to break the hips first, then I'm going to bend the knees, and my knees are still behind my toes that way. And as I start to stand up, my knees are coming back and I'm driving my glutes forward at the same time. So it's hips, then knees, then I start to straighten my knees, and then it's hips, okay? So you reverse the order of the joint stacks, okay? Now, if you're somebody that literally can't do that, too much going on, some people will tend to squat back and the weight comes back and they tend to fall backwards. Sometimes it's like, femur length. So people can squat differently. If you've got, I think, shorter femurs off the top of my head, you can end up staying way more upright when you squat. If you've got longer femurs, you tend to drift forward a little bit, and that's totally fine. It's just anatomy. So the foolproof way that I have found to be able to do a squat better is basically to sit down on a chair. And it's not cheating, okay? It's just teaching you a better squat pattern. So I'm going to use this bench right here, and I'm going to come this way. So if I sit down this way, instantly my knees are over my ankles and my sort of midfoot. My hips are bent and in line with my torso. And with this, what I like to do is cross my arms this way, still look up at the corner of the room, roll forward, okay? So I'm rolling forward onto the heels, keep my back flat and looking forward, and I can stand up. And it's a perfect squat. Now when I sit back down, I can come down, and even if I haven't quite got that balance, I can drop a little bit at the bottom. Try to control it though, and it's gonna still give me that squat position. So I come back up, and I can come down, 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 and then I can just sit down gently there. So when you get a goblet like this, a goblet squat, look up at the top, roll forward, and stand up. And sit back down, and sit back up. And this takes away a lot of the thinking that comes to the squat. Now, there's some really OG veterans out there say you've got to be ass to grass, where your ass touches the floor, and you've got to do squats properly. And I get it, there's definitely a place for that. But a lot of beginners, a lot of people learning, you know, it takes practice. And if you start here, you will learn a better squat pattern as you progress. And then it just becomes fine tuning. Like my client this morning, like she's very good and experienced in the gym now. It was just a minor little tweak that she couldn't see herself because she was doing it. And it took somebody else just to check, make sure she's doing it right, okay? So that's how I recommend you start doing your squats and at least learning the different movement patterns and the different stages. If you would like a full body workout though, many people have been downloading my free strength guide, like maybe over 12,000 times it's been downloaded now. And you can get that absolutely free just by commenting strength down below. I will send that over to you. So if you're interested in more leg type exercises, I'm going to leave a video in the top left corner there, which walks you through an entire leg routine that you can get started to increase your leg strength. So head over there, and I'll see you shortly.